Yo, yo, yo.
Hello, everybody.
How we doing out there? It's another episode of the Noski Show.
We're back.
I'm here to chill with my boy Vinny. You guys already know what it is if you guys have been following us for a while. We talk smack. We give you the facts. We're having a day.
We're having a little bit of a day. It's a good Monday afternoon. We're gearing up for some football tonight. We had a lot going on this weekend. We talked about it on the last pod. A couple good fights.
Yeah.
Some good football games. Some big wins. Some big losses. Let's get into it.
Pretty good big game tonight. You got Dallas versus
Houston.
Houston all the way, I'm feeling.
I'm thinking Houston all the way, dude. I'm thinking Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
Big day out of Joe.
Just had some fire wings at freaking
Rookies.
We eat wings every day, but
It's an obsession.
They say they're not good for you.
Why? Because they're deep fried? Probably because they're deep fried.
Yeah. I saw one thing. It's like how much time does one wing take off your life?
Wow. I mean, who gives a shit? They're delicious. How much is it?
Where did it go? I saw a story. It was like 17 minutes or something.
All that shit, I don't really... How do you know it takes that much time off your life?
Yeah, it's kind
Cigarette
of ridiculous.
takes how much time off your life? Hot dog takes so much time off your life? Soda takes so much time
It's
off
like
your
if
life?
one chicken wing takes 17 minutes off my life, I'd be dead.
Should be dead by now.
I would have been dead like 1942. You know?
I've eaten more chicken wings. Fuck it.
Then you can count. Anyways, let's get into. I'm sure all of you guys watched the Mike Tyson fight.
The Tyson
Jake Paul
and Paul
fight, should I say.
fight was the big one. 60 million views, they said, Netflix got.
Yeah.
And that's by a count. You assume, 2, maybe 3 people watched it per account. All the people who illegally streamed it.
Well, yeah, Jake Paul posted there was like millions that streamed it illegally, and it was like more. I think he was saying like the amount of people that streamed it illegally was more than the like Super Bowl. It was like 300 million, which was just illegal.
That's a bold claim. I don't really think you can prove that.
Yeah.
That's a pretty bold claim. Maybe.
Well, I saw it was one weird thing I saw. It was like Antonio Brown's streamed it on like something, and then everyone was watching his.
So he watched it and he put it on, say, his Discord or whatever.
I think it was Twitter or something.
Yeah.
Even, and it was like, I could be wrong, but it was like that alone was like million, like 200 million or something.
People worry about the fucking views and the money that you lose out in the pay-per-views, whatever.
But you're still getting the people to watch. You're still getting the attention.
Mike Tyson still made 20 mil. Jake Paul still made 40 mil. Fuck it.
Do you think he like sold out?
I think.
Do you think he's like?
Well, first of all, let's just take a quick second to recognize that somebody predicted it exactly right, and somebody who wanted a knockout was dead wrong.
I was wrong. I had my money on Mike Tyson. That was
Every fucking Jake Paul fight has been a bit of a spectacle. This was a spectacle. They did it for the views. The whole build-up, it's exciting. It gets people drawn in.
The slap, like
the
that,
slap,
was that not
dude.
the perfect like marketing move?
I loved it. I was here for it. Step on my toe, I'll smack you in the face.
Yeah.
But Mike Tyson just looked old. He looked like he was 58.
Well, I don't think Jake stepped on his toe, did he?
In the Thursday preview where they square up, Jake's like crawling at him, and he steps on his toe, and that's why Mike slapped him.
Oh, see, I missed that. I didn't realize he
stepped on his toe. If you rewatch the video, you can see
I thought Mike
it.
was just like, fucking, I'm slapping. That's when I was even more like, oh, Mike's just slapping this guy. He's going to knock him the fuck out.
He's going to knock him out. No, if you watch it, you can see he steps on his toe.
Okay,
but
that makes a lot more sense then.
I don't think it was scripted per se, but Jake Paul definitely could have knocked him out. Jake Paul could have knocked him out.
You think so?
In my opinion, Jake Paul could have.
You think
he let off the gas a little? Jake Paul was holding back for sure. Mike Tyson probably wasn't throwing as hard as he could either.
Yeah.
But Mike's legs looked rough.
See, that leads me to think it's like, all right, Mike will give you this amount, you go, maybe
show
not
up,
go down, but like you just kind of
and
take the L here.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was necessarily planned for him to lose, but I think they're friends. Jake probably didn't want to hurt him, bust him up too bad. They've been friends.
Didn't you hear too? Not to go get off the topic, but it's like Mike Tyson had like a stroke on the plane on the way to the
It wasn't a
fight
stroke. It was stomach ulcers. It was stomach ulcers.
Okay.
That's why the original date got delayed. It wasn't no stroke. That'd be...
Yeah.
There's no way that fight gets sanctioned if it's
a
stroke. There's no way that fight gets sanctioned.
No way, dude.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
wild.
It was stomach ulcers.
Okay.
Which is still
pretty shitty to have before you're gonna have a boxing fight. Like, it's not nothing.
And I mean that was in July or June or July, I think, is when it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And then he got sick with the stomach ulcers, postponed to Friday. This past Friday.
Okay.
I don't know, dude. I think I got exactly what I was expecting out of it. I should have bet on it, dude. I would have made some money, and I lost every other bet I made this weekend, so I would have hit that one.
Yeah. Freaking, you made some NFL bets too, or what?
NFL and UFC MMA bets. They just didn't work out because I couldn't place the bets exactly the way I wanted to.
Yeah.
When you go to the casino, since there's no legal online sports betting in Wisconsin, you got to go to the casino, and it doesn't let you set up parlays exactly as I would like to. Whereas on DraftKings, I'd be able to have built my parlays a little differently, and I could have built winning parlays.
So, like, what do you mean? You just don't have the same?
So, like, for instance, it would not let me bet on the type of victory for Jon Jones, Oliveira, and Bo Nickel. It would only let me bet on them money line parlay.
Okay.
I could not parlay,
even like a
Charles
knockout?
to go to decision and Jon Jones to win by knockout. I couldn't bet on those two in the same thing, and I didn't want to bet on them strictly themselves.
I wonder why that is. That's weird. You would think you would be able to.
Maybe if I had gone up to the counter and talked to the guy.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, but I just used the machine.
The screen, yeah, yep. Okay.
But my NFL bets lost because the Ravens and the Jets. I was wrong on 2 picks. All 3 of my NFL bets were 6 or better leg parlays, and I lost 2 of them because the Ravens lost, and I lost the 3rd one because the Jets lost. So be it.
Yeah.
I'll make a donation. I'll make a donation. I'll get him next time.
We're talking about betting on this game. I still think that's a solid freaking move.
Cowboys to cover the spread is what we're looking at tonight. This isn't really going to matter to any of you because it won't be uploaded till tomorrow. But still, we're looking at Cowboys to cover a 7.5 point spread. That's kind of what we're expecting.
Bet $1,000.
Still think the Texans win it.
That's a lock.
Yeah, the Paul Tyson fight, whatever. The fight before that, Silva and Serrano, dog fight.
I was telling. Do you remember the fight we watched 2-3 weeks ago? The lady fight, and it was the Vance was getting grossed out because the chick's head was just split.
Oh yeah.
Who was that?
That was
That was what I was telling my girlfriend and my friends we were with. I'm like, because Serrano had a pretty bad gash, which was from the headbutt. It was
bad.
Which then you saw was
which
from the
I do think was an accidental headbutt, but it worked out.
Yeah.
To be very damage-inducing.
It was nowhere near that.
The one you're thinking of, I believe, is...
Yeah. That one was, crazy.
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember off the top of my head, because I don't think it wasn't 308, and I don't think it was 307, so it had to be just a fight night. Oh, wait, no, maybe it was Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena. That could have been it. Because that one went to decision.
Pennington
versus Pena.
Okay.
It would have been UFC 307. See if you can find a picture.
Yeah, I was looking up a different one that came up.
I'm not confident it was this one. It could have been a different fight on just a fight night, to be honest.
The one that came up, it was Irene Aldana and
But was it from this year even?
Yeah, it was September though, which seems like that was not it. Aldaland.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember, but I know there's been some nasty damage, and it's where the cut, like in the Serrano.
That one was way worse, though.
That eyebrow damage was just
even
huge.
the Serrano fight, right? Yeah,
that was Vance wild. Wasn't even watching that fight, really.
Yeah.
And at one point when it was getting so bad, Schlendy's like, don't look, it's nasty. But that was a dog fight. It's kind of disputed. It's kind of controversial win.
See, I thought Serrano won.
So did I, and so did a lot of people, including the announcers.
My girlfriend's like, oh no, Katie Taylor or whatever won that fight. I was like, no way. She landed way more punches, which she did. She landed like 100 more punches.
But I don't necessarily think it's...
But she did more damage, but I feel like that was from the headbutt. So
yeah,
how do you...
The headbutt, and granted, the first one, definitely headbutt, accidental, for sure. Second one, maybe accidental. The third call that lost her a point, I didn't agree with at all. She did not even headbutt her in that call. Really? When the ref deducted that point, I did not agree with that call at all.
Okay.
And with the deducted point, she still gets the dub.
She still won, right? So
in the judge's eyes. So... But that was a dogfight. They were both battling, and I don't think it's that controversial. I felt it went the other way, but Katie still was.
I just thought, like, I guess I don't really know how they score it, but I'm like, if you land 100, like, yes, she did more damage.
That's the number one thing, is damage.
But you also landed 100 more punches.
You have a valid point, and there's a lot. Excuse me. There's a lot of people who feel the same way as you.
Yeah. It's just like a lot of those though. It's like it can go either way, and it's like you're always gonna have people on both sides of it, you know.
It's part of combat sports. It's so hard to call in comparison to when there's a bad call in the NFL or the NBA. Yeah. It's like blatant bad calls usually.
Or missed calls.
In the world of combat sports, it's such a harder thing to judge, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's been a lot of in the NFL like just missed calls. It seems like, which is just like changing.
It's so bad,
like worse than I remember. I feel like
I read. So this was a few weeks ago. I read that there was more penalties thrown in the NFL this year through like the first 7 weeks than there's ever been in an NFL season.
Really? Yeah, I mean, you'll see some of these guys like 8-10 penalties. Like, no problem, which is wild.
And the Chiefs finally lose.
I was mad about that one.
You wanted the Chiefs to win?
Well, I got Patty Mahomes in 2 leagues. So
fantasy.
Like, I want him to freaking do good, and then... But Josh Allen, you just cannot stop that man.
Can't hate Josh Allen. He's a goddamn American hero for beating Patty Mahomes.
He's a beast, for sure.
Fuck the Chiefs. Sorry if you're a Chiefs fan.
Did you bet on the Jon Jones fight?
Sure did. I lost that bet because I bet on it to go to decision. Jon Jones to win by decision.
Oh, not just like overall, yeah.
3rd round, late round, TKO. Spinning heel kick was nasty, but Jon Jones was dominating that fight.
The whole fight?
The whole fight. Stipe had a few good hits, but he's 42, and he hasn't fought in 4 years.
Stipe or Jon Jones?
Stipe.
Really? Okay.
So he hasn't fought in 4 years. He's coming back. Tries his damnedest.
Yeah.
And he just gets outworked by the greatest fighter of all time.
Yeah. I mean, Joe Rogan says this too. It's like he's arguably probably the best. And now to
probably the best.
Come back and do this, like that's even more towards his case. Yeah, we got
28-0.
We got the clip here, so let's play it.
Take a look at the clip.
Oh, so he gets him to the left there.
With a punch on the way in.
Stipe is kind of coming on him, comes back.
And he's landed some big right hands this round, but Jones rolling with them well.
Stipe's hit him more this round than he did in round 1 and 2.
This gets crazy.
He hits one left kick there.
Kick to the body by Jon.
Oh, the reverse to the ribs.
Spinning heel kick to the ribs.
Puts him down. Boom, boom. 1, 2, and then 3 more to finish it off.
The ground and pound wasn't even necessary. The spinning heel kick, the spinning heel kick dropped him. Like, he's busted up. That's broken ribs for sure.
You think for sure?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
So in the post game speech,
that's wild.
Post fight speech, Stipe goes, "I'm retiring. I'm done. Thank God. He's had enough. He came out for one last fight after 4 years off. He's done.
Fuck, if I got kicked,
he's gonna go down in history as one of the greatest heavyweights to ever do it. I mean, Stipe has been an absolute monster throughout his career. Yeah. Jon Jones, just a different level.
You say he's 42?
I believe so.
Well, that's what, like, you always hear people say. It's like, well, a lot of these guys, it's like they're in their prime, but then they still think they can just keep ripping and keep going. And
yeah.
So you just can't, you know.
Fun fact about Stipe Miocic, when he's not fighting or training for fighting, he's a firefighter.
Really?
Just a good fucking human being.
Just still doing that.
Yeah.
Because he loves the game.
Yep. He's just a good human being. He's out here. He's got a family. He's a firefighter. He's a beast in the ring. Went out losing to Jon Jones. I mean, it is what it is.
Firefighting doesn't seem like, you always hear about like being a firefighter when you're a kid. It's like, well, it doesn't seem like it'd be a bad gig. Like, oh, you're there for like 72 hours straight, but like you kind of just chill and sleep.
I don't know, man. It depends where you're doing it.
Shit hits the fan, you know?
Depends where you're doing it. Like, you think a firefighter in Appleton, Wisconsin, sure. You're not nearly as busy as a firefighter in Sacramento or Los Angeles, California. Think about that.
But they probably have more people too. But yeah,
well, they do. But you know, they got forest fires and shit they're dealing with yearly.
Yeah, it's probably a little different. Definitely different dynamic.
And I don't know that that's where Stipe is. I'm just saying, like, I admire firefighters. My grandpa was a firefighter. It's a very admirable.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, like,
and you don't just respond to fires. You know, when somebody calls 911, fire truck, ambulance, police car, first responders. Even if it's a car crash.
I'm just saying more on the fact it's like there's not a whole lot of other jobs out there where it's like you're on call, but you're getting also just kind of paid hourly to sleep. Because a lot of like stuff that I do, it's like, oh, I'm on call, but I'm actually not getting paid. But it's like you still have to respond to those calls.
I feel like you're making light of the wrong part of the job, but that's just my opinion. Like, yeah, you know, you're sleeping, sure, you're on call, but when you get that call,
you're up.
You've got 60 seconds to get dressed, get to the fire engine, get on the fucking road.
That's the craziest feeling because it's like a lot of times you get calls. Like I get calls from work, and it's like, oh, there's something happening. You're just straight out of sleep to like you're instantly from sleep to work.
You got to go,
and that's a weird feeling because you're just like, I was just in a dream doing who knows what, waking up, and you're like, now I'm like, oh, it's go time.
Yep.
You're all discombobulated, you know. There's all
discombobulated. Got to get into work mode.
That. Yeah, like it's fucking go time.
It's like, so I've worked in several companies where somebody will call into work and it'll be like in the middle of a busy shift, say at a restaurant or something, and I'll get the call on my day off, like, hey, somebody called in, we need you here right away. Motherfucker, I live half an hour away. I got to get up, get dressed, get the fuck out the door, and I'm speeding to work.
Yeah, you're like, maybe
make sure these burgers get out.
You're like, maybe I'll be there in an hour if you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
And that's
I'm either going to be there.
Coffee.
Yeah, I'm either going to be there in an hour, and I'm going to, be ready to go, or I'm going to be there in 35 minutes. I'm going to smell like the day before, right? And I'm going to be a little drowsy because I didn't get my caffeine.
Eating food as I'm walking in. Like,
Or I'm walking in, like, fire me up a burger right now. I'm going to eat, and then we're going to fucking crush this shift out.
Yeah. I feel that. Or is that
I used to work at a Culver's. That was where it happened the most.
Did you get good like discount deals though?
When I started, you get 50% off.
Yeah, that was.
But I was a manager too for a while. For over a year, I was a manager there, and then I got free meals every day.
Nice.
You get sick of Culver's.
Oh yeah,
you get sick of Culver's.
Like I've worked in
great.
food too.
It's
like
great.
I've worked at like Jimmy John's and like Benvenuto's and stuff, and it's like you get nice discounts. That's always like the best.
For sure.
The best part for sure.
It was the worst when so I worked at this dog daycare in Phoenix, and if somebody called in then, if I would get that call, that means there is either one person handling upwards of 40, 50 dogs by themselves because somebody called in. Because the way it worked is it was split up into 3 rooms, small dogs, and then 2 rooms of big dogs, higher energy, lower energy. So if somebody calls in, what they would usually do, assuming there was only one manager on duty, is somebody's in the room with the small dogs and somebody's in another room watching both groups of big dogs. I've been in that position. It's a nightmare. You're watching 50 dogs at one time. You got high energy, young puppies.
In one
year-old.
room?
Yeah. And granted,
You can't control 50 dogs at once. I don't care if you're Caesar Milan.
Caesar Milan can't control 50 dogs at once,
just
dude.
can't.
It's wild. But,
Imagine if those dogs were still like old dogs.
dude,
before we
dogs have been sent to the
domesticated them.
hospital, man.
They would maul that man to death.
It's not usually the man. It's another dog that gets it.
But I'm saying, like, you know.
If they turned on him, oh, he's fucked.
Yeah, like, what are you going to do?
If they
50?
decide to, oh, you're the enemy, and then that pack mentality kicks
Imagine,
in.
like, Call of Duty Black Ops where you fight the dogs.
Attack dogs.
It'd be like that kind of.
Calling it
Zombie
attack dogs, Phoenix
Yeah.
Mesa area. Yeah, dude.
Zombie dogs.
It's a nightmare. But, like, that would be like, I got to get there now. I got to get there right now because that's just too much for one person to handle.
Yeah, like with my job, we're supposed to be on call and like stay within an hour, you know, if something like goes down on the weekends. I'm like, well, I'm usually in Beaver Dam or Milwaukee. So I'm like, I'm usually at least like 2 hours. So it's like I'm kind
If you need me, I can come, but it's going to be a while.
I'm like, I'm not hanging around. Sorry.
For sure. Not happening. You put enough time into that company already, though.
Yeah, I try.
Specifically you. Like, maybe your coworkers can pick up a little slack. If you're listening, I'm sorry, but this guy does a lot. I know it. I know he does.
I do okay. How about that freaking
Yeah, back to the topic.
Packers blocked field goal, though?
There
Hit that
was
like button if you're a Packers fan. Go Pack.
go, Pack, go.
Suck.
There is
Sorry.
a very direct line of explosive loudness, absolute silence, to explosive loudness that took place in our household.
Freaking noise complaint.
Yeah, I'm surprised. So, you know, we go down, we take a 1-point lead. A field goal earlier in the game when we went for it on 4th and didn't get it would have been more comfortable, but whatever. We take a 1-point lead. We're holding the Bears. It's looking good. We're yelling, fuck the Bears. And then they march down the field.
Yeah, how did we fuck that up again? It
So
was like a 4th down or something.
So we had 2 big sacks, and it was
Yeah, it was
3rd
looking
and
good.
19.
And then they got, and then they threw a bomb pass.
They threw a bomb.
Right.
They didn't quite get the first down, but they got it on the 4th.
Yeah.
And then they're within field goal range. Little time on the clock. They went a little bit further. So when they completed the 4th, they were looking at like a 54-ish.
And then they got another like.
Then they
5
got another
yards,
play for a
whatever.
couple of yards. And I'm thinking it's game over. Vance is like, this sucks. We're about to lose to the Bears. He's sitting on his phone. They're lining up for the kick.
He already gave up. True Packers.
He already
fans
gave
never
up.
Give up.
He wasn't believing it. I looked into the TV. I spoke to the Packers special teams and I said, if there was ever a time,
This is the time.
If there was ever a time to make a huge play,
I was thinking
it's right now.
I was watching it at work. Like, don't tell my boss, whatever. But then I was like, it looks
Hope you're not watching.
It looks so bad. And then I'm like, well, the Bears are always just known to fuck it up, and
Bears find a way. Bears fans do know this.
Just make it a disaster, and sure shit, missed
blocked field goal, and he just barely got it. He got it with the edge of his hand.
That's one hell of a defensive
play it for the folks.
Special teams play here. Just gets the finger just enough to.
Oh my goodness, the Packers block it, and they're gonna win.
Jordan Love's just hyped.
They heard me 3 counties over. I was losing my fucking mind.
You sent them energy, You can tell, like, everyone's like, no. Even Matt LaFleur is like, no.
Matt LaFleur didn't even believe in that moment, dude.
No one could believe their eyes.
Kyrell Santos has been very reliable this year. He's been a good kicker for them.
Yeah.
And that finger
he just, like, you can barely even see it.
You can barely tell he hits it. That's what I'm saying, dude. He
angle.
just barely touches it.
Yeah, it was just enough.
To get into that.
We eat cheese and we celebrate.
Yeah.
In that moment, we eat cheese. We pound fucking beers.
When they show it from the front angle where the hand's like facing towards you, it's like you can't even really tell he touches it.
Right. For sure.
Which is wild.
I loved it. It was great. It was a lot of ups and downs emotionally.
Yeah.
Fuck the Bears. They haven't beat us since 2018.
Yeah, 11 games, 6 years, right? Yeah.
Let's go. We see them last game of the year, January something, last game of the season at Lambeau. I'm going to that game. It's going to be my first Packer game.
Oh, really?
Oh, first Packer game I ever do it. I'm going to see him play the Bears. After that loss, it's going to be a heated match in the winter cold in Lambeau.
January game?
Yeah. Last game of the season before playoffs.
That should be fun.
Yeah, me and my brother are going. It's going to be hype. I'm getting fucking wasted.
Yeah, I've only been to one Packer game. We played the Vikings probably a couple years ago, but it's so fun. You're going to have a blast.
We're not going to lose, but regardless of what happens, I know I'm going to have fun for sure. I've never even been to Lambeau, so, like, we're fixing to get there early, explore the, check the pro shop out. I'll be rocking my Xavier McKinney jersey.
Yeah.
Or maybe my Dontavian Wicks jersey. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I got a hat, and it's a Packers hat, but it's a pot hat. It says Green Bowl Packers on it. It's got pot leaves on it. It's green and yellow.
Yep.
I'm going to be wearing that bad boy.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I'll get lucky and a cute security guard will frisk me up.
You never know. One can dream, right?
Yeah, dude. One can dream.
Yeah, I did want to kind of go into this alien story, but my brain doesn't have the capacity for this right now. There's a lot to read. But basically, they're saying humans have had or government has had contact with these fucking aliens.
Well, I think we have. I'm not the only one.
Government secret programs. But I kind of want to save this one for later date. I want to read all of this before I talk about it.
We'll circle back. We'll do our research.
Yeah. I suppose. We got some football to go watch.
Go Texans, go Joe Mixon, go Nico Collins.
Drop it in the comments. Do you got the Texans? Do you got the Cowboys? Are you a Packers fan? Let us know.
Quick one for you today. We still appreciate you folks coming out, enjoying the pod. We talked about the sports. We had to get a little fired up and answer with a response video today. So more content coming out soon.
Yeah, it's Monday. We're drinking. We're next episode. We're gonna have a sleep podcast. I'm really excited about that topic. Before we end up going, my coworker just released this album. We're gonna give it a little bit of a listen.
Check it out. Hope you all enjoy it.
Let us know what you think. This is Knights of Indigo. This song called is Masquerade on Spotify. never been a huge heavy metal guy, but I kind of like this.
I fuck with metal, so this is right up my alley.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm more of like a rap, rock, or country guy.
I like all those as well.
I've also been drinking all day, so I'm kind of up for whatever.
Yeah, metal's great drinking music.
Alright, well, I suppose that's a wrap. Another episode of the No Ski Show. I'm here with my boy Benny.
With the reach.
Love you guys. Have a great night.